Cube. God, How long has it been since we've done Cube? It feels like a long
No,
time.
I have no concept of
Time?
time. You
Yeah.
pull me out. I'm the genie that you pull out of the cube bottle.
Oh, okay. Well,
So for me, it was yesterday.
see, I also have no concept of time, but that's for a different reason.
Oh well, I mean, between the two of us, we know exactly what time it is.
All right. Well, it's Cube time. We're here to do some
We just
vintage
have to.
Cube.
We just have to multiply our knowledge.
Hmm.
If you have negative knowledge and I have negative knowledge, and we multiply it,
Positive
then
knowledge.
positive knowledge must come out.
Ooh. That is indeed how math works. All right. But yeah, we're here to do the vintage cube, which is the full power, like, Moxen
Mhm.
storms
Yep.
around thing. And Kaz is here with me.
I am here. I am the vintage cube goblin. I love vintage cube.
This is
It leads to some of the most complicated shit imaginable.
this is the one that is the most, like, ridiculous, you know? It ends
Yeah.
up being
Not only that, but another virtue of vintage cube is the title card on the left.
the
Actually, it looks good.
oh yeah.
Vintage cube, play now. Picture of Black Lotus. Like
That's it.
it's not Jace with half its face cut off. It's not text overflowing anything in weird ways.
Yeah, it's concise. It says exactly what it is.
Right? If you don't know what vintage cube is, you do not want to play it. So it doesn't need to explain anything else.
Okay, here's the thing that's silliest to me on here. Like we're looking at I'm looking at the leagues, which is not what we're going to be touching. We actually have a single limb queue for this. The first one,
Actual cube,
yeah.
singletons. We're not going to go up against
But
our own cards.
take a look at this. There's 4,000 plus players in the league for vintage cube. Like, there's a lot of people.
Time for dog beer.
Oh, what? I thought is dog beer real? I thought dog beer
No,
wasn't. Okay.
dog beer is not real. I am merely tormenting the dog. Flavor.
All right. But today, in maybe the first in like a year or so, we get to do a draft that is a single limb, old style. We're playing against the 7 players who draft with us.
Indeed. And since Emily asked, what's the strategy for tonight?
Yeah, what would you
I'm
like to
gonna
be doing?
I'm gonna break it down. Normally we don't have one going in, and we
Uh-huh.
just try to pick the most powerful things going around, and we both have our pick orders. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it's um, what's my son's name again? Lodestone
Lodestone
Golem.
Golem.
Lodestone Golem over absolutely actually anything, including Lotus. Lodestone Golem above any other pick, even if it's better for whatever plan I have to that point. That's my pick order.
Mm-hmm.
The rest sort of like whatever. Sometimes we've had plans of like, oh man, could we force Storm? Could we get some kind of like ramp into bustedness going? Can we do metal worker synergies, that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if we've done a couple, then we try to like look for plans at that point, I think. But this is the first one of the season, so I think we're gonna go into it with eyes open and ignore our eyes and pick swords and creatures who can use swords because those are the most busted thing in this format.
Yeah, I like. So one of the true things about is this the same vintage cube as last time? I haven't seen the list. No idea.
I have the list.
Oh, nice, excellent.
This is the list.
I know you said that it had swords.
Someone gave me the list earlier today.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, it has many swords.
But one of the like
Body, mind, feast, famine, fire, ice, light, shadow, war, and peace.
okay, all got it.
Fucking all swords.
One of the things about vintage cube is that you need to be doing a busted thing. Like if your deck is fair, you're gonna lose to every other player who's playing Storm, Reanimator, Giant Ramp with Channel. You know,
At the very least, you have to have the capability of doing something busted. For instance, something like, okay, we have like a 3-color good stuff deck with good fixing, but also some Moxen that can make it 2 turns faster.
Yeah.
Like
Right, when you like, I remember one of the ones that sticks out in my mind was one that Gnome did, actually, that was just Plains Lotus Hero of Bladehold Go in one of the games, and it's just like, yeah, it was a mono white aggression deck, but sometimes it played hero on turn
yeah,
1.
like a fair turn 4 play is usually a busted turn 1 play.
All
So
right.
Time Twister, eh?
Time Twister, also Mana Crypt, if we're talking about
God.
like powerful stuff. Thank you for the bits as well, Chronotron. But yeah, what do we got here? We got Mana Crypt, we got Time Twister. Tree Speaker is like the only green card, and it's the ramp card. Sadly, I don't think you would ever pick that over Mana Crypt, but I want
I can't
to.
imagine picking that over Monocrypt.
Right, I just want to
For
note that
like
that's
putting us in a color in.
right.
Yeah, it's a power. It's powerful. I mean, we've called him like Elf Soul Ring before.
Yeah.
uh, Pack one, pick one, high tide. No.
Even
No. The pick one storm card is called Yawgmoth's Will.
also,
that would put me in storm.
also, you ain't gonna convince me that Mana Crypt isn't a card Storm would play. Like, come on. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cut this zero cost Soul Ring from my
0 costs up my storm count. Give me mana. That's no good for my storm plan.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, Time Twister is technically on the one of the Power 9, I think.
Yeah.
But it's. Jeez.
I think Mana Crypt is a stronger card.
Haven't like a bunch of fair versions of that been printed already?
Of Time Twister.
Of Time Twister,
certainly.
I'm pretty sure.
This is Emrakul, the Time Walk one, not the 15.
Ah, the one that casts that spell that I created. That's my set 2 spell.
I remember we had a really long conversation about like how to cost that. That was one of the ones we spent a lot of time on, along with Quake to Order.
I like where Quake to Order ended up.
Yeah.
Shackles is pretty strong.
Yeah.
And getting that this early, we can kind of hedge toward blue. Although if we want to be blue, we should pick Force instead, I think.
Right, there's Force of Will. There's also just like flat Dark Writ if I want to try going in some fast mana plan.
Dark Ritual next to the saddest Rite of Flame. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Rite of Flame is a 1x? Oh my god. I'm gonna trust in Dark Writ.
Oh my god. Oh no, we're doing it. What have you guys done?
No. This isn't like, this is not me wanting to push towards. Well, for one, this isn't a pack that's going to be
ritual into Desecration Demon.
No, I don't. Well, no, like we talk about doing an unfair thing. If I'm just like a deck that has access to this much fast mana, all the things I do will be unfair things.
Okay.
So
Smuggler's Copter keeps us brown, which can be a place. Like if we pick up a Metalworker next, then we have a solid plan that just happens to have like, a brown deck that runs Swamp so it can cast Dark Ritualers.
Yeah, we could Young Pyro. We could. There's a couple of white cards that are all right here, like the
Young Pyromancer is probably the most reasonable storm card. You don't need to actually put everything in one turn. You can play regular spells.
Yeah, well,
you can crew your Smuggler's Copter.
I feel like I'm gonna have problems finding ways to crew that.
Yeah, without the Young Pyromancer first, for sure.
Okay, Sword. Oh god, also Opposition and Titan. Oh, okay, this is a power pack I think this is a pack where we're deciding a direction, right? Like this is This is it. Because Opposition's a bullshit card, right? Like that's just a like. When you have that going, it's one of those impossible to beat things. That
Man,
sword
like Opposition next to Young Pyromancer looks kind of disgusting.
Right. And then Titan is sort of the, like, we have this mana ramp thing going on, and Titan's an outlet.
Okay, I will leave you to make the choice, and I'm going to try to address a question coming from the audience here. We're supposed to try and guess which card was taken out to put Rite of Flame in. Was it Seeding Song? I would be really sad about that.
Oh man.
Although I'm looking at the list, maybe you can
figure that out.
No, Seething Song is still in, so it couldn't be that.
Okay, Mox Diamond is another like piece of like mana stuff going on. Is that might be too deep?
Yeah, Mox Diamond is like not a real Mox.
Yeah, that's the fake Mox. Fiery Confluence, Rift Bolt, Fatal Push.
I'm not feeling terribly pulled by any of
Nah,
these.
nothing. I'm
That's
gonna
kind of lame.
I'm gonna go with like this has destroy artifacts on it. Let's
That's much better in this
yeah,
format.
yeah. I was just thinking. I was like, wait a minute. What if that's actually good in this format? You know.
Wait, which Chandra is that?
This is
Oh, the one that makes
Chandra.
free ones?
This is 6. The
The like one card win condition?
yes, the one card win condition Chandra. Which would be something hell to go like again another top end sort of thing to go into. Pyretic Ritual.
Nah.
Inkwell's more
Good old Eureka.
Eureka.
I'm seeing that stuff kicking around. Inkwell Leviathan is the best tutor target ever.
Yeah. Am I willing to go hard enough on like Pyretic Ritual? Is that's like the weakest writ possible?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pick the Chandra instead. I'm going to so here's my base I'm thinking. Wasteland here. And this is good. This gives me a little bit of time to talk about my picks and why I'm making them and what I'm thinking. Like we have what looks like the startings of like Big Red going on here.
Yeah. Machine Red.
Yeah, the Red
Oh,
Machine
yes.
is an old deck that is not often seen, and I'm excited by that.
See, last pick we could have had Eureka, and this pick Progenitus.
Yes, we could have. Here I'm willing to go with Wasteland because I know I will play it. Oh.
See, sadly, Zurgo Bellstriker doesn't really fit in.
No, Zurgo's the low red, not the high red. I think we have a couple interesting options here. Hymn to Turok is like again doing some sort of unfair thing, making black more real. We would probably want to try to find more fixing for that. We did pass the Badlands, sadly, but then there's also Terminate, and I'm not sure how much I care about spot removal in this format. Though.
Yeah, I mean, which...
And there's E-Witness
So,
even too.
hold on. So there's what? Body Mind.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm looking at it. Yeah, no. Sword of Body and Mind is the only one that doesn't protect you from Terminate. So no, that's terrible.
I'm gonna take a bet here. So when we first saw this pack, I even mentioned Draugr Tree Speaker was the only green card.
Man,
and it's still the only green card.
We should have been big green the entire time.
It's fine. We still have the option to, clearly.
Wall of Roots is pretty good for that plan.
Yeah. It means
so apparently the answer was Searing Blaze, it turned out.
Yeah.
Searing Blaze out for Rite of Flame in.
So what this means, as far as our picks go, is that I think the one that would have been a little bit more like on this plan over the hymn would have actually been the oh my god, Smuggler's Copter's still here, but then there's Rishkar Pima Renegade too.
I can barely pronounce that. What the hell does that do?
So 2/2 that comes into play puts 2 1/1 counters on up to target creatures, then each counter can tap for mana.
Oh my god, Wall of Roots can tap for mana.
Yeah, that's why I want to pick it. Oh.
We got the sword!
All right, okay. So how about this? I'm thinking, like, yeah, okay. This started as like a big red. I think it's morphing into big gruel more and more. We still have enough black that's an option. Like, you can see we have, strong black here. But
so okay, I'm thinking that the people drafting with us don't know how good swords are in Vintage Cube.
Or they have some other plan that... Okay, what's below the cut? Mystical... Okay, I can ignore Mystical
A
Tutor.
plan to not have any creatures in their deck? I don't know,
seven
man.
players? Right.
Like 7 players who all do not want to have any creatures in their deck.
No, see, the reason I think we're fine with, like, Big Gruul as far as so, the way I think of it is that if we're in this sort of Big Gruul deck, rather than being like, unfair deck, we're a fair deck with unfair pieces. Like, Monocrypt ramping us, we can use Survival, to, find we discard late game, creatures here to find our top end. And also, there's not a lot in here that I actually want over Survival of the Fittest, so... Yeah. I would want Siege Gang or Revoker or Slime back out of here. I don't think I'd care too much about Imperial Recruiter, but... Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get our Nissa out of the... or our Chandra out of the deck.
Yeah, a little sad.
Wait, we actually have a Planeswalker.
Yes.
Shit.
we do actually have a Planeswalker. Okay, so we've got... Which Nissa is this? This is the Nissa that untaps Forest. Oh, makes lands into creatures. Okay, that's that one. Fintorn Elves top. Top's fairly...
I'm sorry, Westvale Abbey.
Yeah.
What?
It has the like 9 power flying haste indestructible lifelink on the back.
Sigh, I guess. Why the hell does that have haste?
So that you don't if it didn't have haste, technically if you played Abby on the turn and then flipped it, it couldn't attack.
Well, I know, but I feel like that would be fine. Whatever.
Right. I'm gonna go with Elves because we have Sword. That's actually the reason I'm picking Elves over Sensei's Divining Top. Because we want creatures that can... Oh, hi, Mana Drain. How you doing?
I see an elf.
That's a strong elf.
I'll get you an elf.
Yeah. Maybe we can find some fetches to go with that.
Yeah.
And then...
And is most powerful with fetch lands.
Yeah. And...
Sad to pass by the Mana Drain.
Yeah. We're not hefty enough blue for that. And that's fine. Heck, there's a possibility we're not red.
I accept that possibility.
Like, there's a possibility that...
see, like, young Pyromancer go, but he's the only one, right? Like, Fiery Confluence was a stretch to be anti-artifact. Chandra, if we were big red, could be like our busty top end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going with the Deathrite Shaman because I value these 1-drops pretty highly in a deck that wants to be more towards the... Okay, this is Gideon that it makes you unable to lose while you control Gideon, and this is Nahiri, the I go fetch Emrakul and play it.
Shit. we had a bite at that.
Yeah, we did. Thrag Tusk is too fair.
It is life gain though.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't War and Peace life gain?
Yes, it gains life equal to cards in your hand.
Okay, so we have some.
Hmm.
There's Porcelain Legionnaire.
I think
we can cast that.
I think I'm picking the Thragtusk here, but the Thragtusk like has me worried that our deck is too normal at the moment. We need something else like Recurring Nightmare to give us the like reach that we seek.
Okay.
So
now I actually want to play black.
So goodbye. So we're RecSur. Yeah. Okay, you want an unfair thing? We found it. Sucks because Wall of Blossoms would be a really good card, right?
Fine. No one else knows that it's a good card. It will come back.
Right. Oh, heck. I was going to say it's the only green card. It might not, but, like...
Right. Legion is landing? What the shit is that?
So it makes it's a 1-mana 1/1 with lifelink, and then when you attack with 3 creatures, it flips into a land that is, like, Kajloran Outpost.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
What a bizarre card.
Sword, CMC.
It's like it's an enchantment that makes a creature as its only thing and then gets to turn into a land.
I I don't know if I've ever seen this card.
Oh yeah, that was one of the demons that
Oh, this must have been in our.
Liliana was bound to or something.
Yeah. Do we want that, or do we just want like Rishdan Port / Maze of Ith?
I would never want Razaketh.
Yeah, so like,
Get out of here.
okay, so Rishdan Port versus Maze of Ith then is the question.
I think I like Rishport better.
I think we,
attack something that we don't have a good angle on.
yeah, well,
We do technically have the fatal push, so we have like some creature removal, and black tends to have creature removal, but like dealing with lands is a little harder.
so plus side, now with Channel, we can fully say that we have a deck with unfair elements.
Excellent.
Downside, I have passed 2 Eldrazi. Upside, there's like 6. Like, yeah, Hippie's always, fine.
Channel into Tight is like Sundering Titan blowing up 2 of their lands. Sounds really hot. So, yeah. Or Channel into Genesis Way.
Oh God, I don't
How
know.
much is X? Where are we getting all the green for that?
Yeah, I'm more thinking of just picking up like Go for the Damn Throat here. Like Living Death also fits with like the throw everything in the yard sort of style, but
Right, with the survival.
I kind of feel like we have no reach out and interact with our opponent cards right now, and we kind of need to have something like that. Like a Maelstrom Pulse. Or just Acidic Slime. That's also a fine card. All the cards I wanted came back out of here. That's good.
Sweet.
That's good.
I guess know the Abyss today.
No, sadly. Oh.
What terrible illustration for the Abyss. Come on. Give us a swirly ghost. That's what I want. Not some guy who's like has a giant vacuum on his cape.
This reminds me of the opening to Dark Souls 2.
Shit. Just like turn it up this way.
Yeah, if you turn it sideways, then it's just the person falling in a hole.
Well, we're now missing a planeswalker. Nissa can swear her own oath.
True, but what if I just discard Iona and reanimate it with Recurring Nightmare?
Sure. That sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
Whatever. And okay, sweet. We even get the Rec Sage, which is something I really wanted to have access to.
Is that the wreck of RecSur?
Yeah, that's definitely the wreck of RecSur, not our. So we're RecSur.
RecSur. Now we need another Sir, so we can be RecSur, sir.
Ooh, hold on. Oh God, choice. Shit. Shit.
I kind of want Pack Rat.
Yeah.
Like we have reasons to dump creatures already, and Pack Rat would be good without that.
Okay, and we have other life gain.
Vampire Nighthawk, at the end of the day, is just one man.
We have better ways of dealing with the creeping tar pit, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I actually have legitimate reasons to leave cards in packs because I know I'm playing against them. That's
hooray!
All right, below the cut, Unburial Rights. Above the cut, can we splash blue? Is that possible? Is it possible we can splash for recall?
For Ancestral Recall, huh?
Yeah, literally just Ancestral Recall.
Let's see. Deathrite Shaman can make any color of mana if we have a fetch land or something.
Yeah.
So can Sylvan Carry added.
Right. Sadly, we can't pick that up, but God, look how many what a little Jace. We have the most powerful Jaces in both in the same pack.
All of the best Jaces.
All of the best Jaces. Okay, so really,
but it's best Jace forward.
I'm probably like passing up on either Caryatid or like Liliana, maybe Deluge even, but like I'm.
Watch them all come back.
It's fine. We'll find some way to make this work, and if not, that's okay.
If we don't find any way to splash for blue, that'd be alright.
Well, here's
certainly not on a creature that can hold a sword.
I was gonna say what is with planeswalkers and their inability to be seen?
But because they poke out of the box at full art.
Oh, you're right. And that's why Emrakul was in that same too, because Emrakul is big enough that it pokes out of the box. Okay, dead on. I'm gonna grab the birds here and try to wheel the grave because the creeping tar pit wheeled, so there's a chance on that. Also, birds at the end of the day still carries a sword, so. And I know there's a sword in
I'm
the
really
pack,
hoping something. Well, it's the worst one.
right.
I'm really hoping that we get a fetch land and like a bunch of nothing in the pack. That would be great.
Okay, I mean, we're close enough to a finished deck that'd be okay if we just started filling out the land base.
That's true.
This is
single limb.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I mean,
I can't.
Okay, I guess
perfect
it's a
fixing
dual land
like
in our colors.
I feel bad.
Upheaval, Dark Confidants.
Solemn regrowth, vamp tutor. That thing that's a Gaia's cradle on the other side.
That has too much text. I can't read that.
Okay. The top 5 lines are irrelevant. It's if you at the end of the turn, if you control 4 creatures, transform into Gaia's cradle. It gives you a second Gaia's Cradle and Gaia's Cradle decks. But sorry, perfect fixing, and this is what we asked for. Is it's not a fetch, obviously, but
a lot of fetches can get it, so it turns on fetches that we're not going to see any at all, are we?
Yeah.
We're going to be like removing our wasteland for mana. That's what's going to happen.
Tassigur, Mesmeric Fiend, Verudius Gearhulk. Verudius Gearhulk is actually something that's really annoying to be like repeatedly RecSuring. Because
oh my god.
We hand off the
counters. That's quite an activated ability. Ooh, also the counters interact with Huzi, Prina, Pima, Rishkar.
Rishkar, Pima, Renegade.
Rishkar Pima sounds like 2 enemies from that one Final Fantasy VI randomizer that I played. This is like sound words. Oh no.
Okay. So hard choices.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughtseize gives us an angle we don't have. Well, I guess we have
having that angle on black decks.
Sword of Feast and Famine is Sword 2. Scavenging Ooze gives us an angle we also don't have in the sense of like Graveyard Hate.
We sort of have Deathrite Shaman for that.
Okay.
A little.
Okay, okay, that's actually real. So we have everything going on. I guess that's sort of pro our deck too, but we actually have ways of killing that. Maelstrom Pulse and Rex Sage. Like that's not the world's worst problem. I'm kind of interested in actually having a Thoughtseize going.
Yeah. That's the thing I like the most out of this.
Yeah. And hopefully we have 3 cards in here we want. I would, if any of them table, even Avacyn's Pilgrim, I would be completely happy with that. Okay. Botanical Sanctum. Oh, and then there's Perfect Signet too, but
oh man, Cabal Ritual. Wait, a braid?
Yes,
a braid. Did they name magic cards by just filling out the parts of the crossword puzzle that they can't make fit any other way?
That's a really good way to do it. Like
it's like, oh man, what fits in this spot? Now that I've put the wrong words in.
27, it's like, okay, 27 across, down, 6 letters. I'm picking this so that we can splash the recall. Hey, okay, Yogg's Will in Pack 3 is like the worst place to ever see Yogg's Will because, that's too late.
My heart.
It's too late,
My heart is breaking. Could we still pick it?
I think we're better off.
I mean, ultimately, no, you're right. Ultimately, in our deck, Yogg's Will would be like Raised Dead,
which we kind of already have. Like,
yeah,
I'm thinking Deranged Hermit again as a card that interacts very strongly with.
Yeah, he has one hell of a ETB.
Yeah.
When's Magic gonna keyword that? Like 3 different games that I've played have all keyworded Battle Cry. Just keyworded already, you idiots.
Well, I guess I'm gonna thank Ty for the host. I assume that I missed that in there because I see a number of Ty's
See the
emotes.
fists
The the,
coming
the,
on in.
the
Hope you're
east,
ready for
yeah,
Magic the Gathering.
the east is burning red, and we're here. I could pick up Darkslick Shores and have another way to recall, or I could pick up Animate Dead and have another way to like.
I'm a fan of Enchant Dead Creature.
Yeah,
It can pull from our opponent. That's the wild part.
true. All right, we're gonna pick that up, and we're gonna okay. Toxic Deluge comes back around if we want a Wrath. I'm honestly thinking about playing. But yeah, hello everybody. We're doing Magic. We're doing Vintage Cube, which is
We are.
uh one of the most full experiences of Magic you can have. It's just or do we actually want like Toxic Deluge as a real?
It is a sweeper, and that's something that we don't have.
You know, I don't know if we'll even
I'm
play
not a
it.
fan of the wave. BB!
Speaking of sweepers,
My dog is acting up. BB! Come here, pup.
so
You
yeah,
don't ever have to bark. It's okay.
the deck that we're building right now is a black-green deck based around two cards. It's commonly known as RecSur. Rec being short for recurring nightmare, and Sur being the survival of the fittest. Take the
Ah! BB!
take deed. Hey Bob. Survival of the fittest lets you discard any creature to grab another creature, and then recurring nightmare lets you sack a creature to take a creature from the graveyard and put it straight into play.
There are like a million things that make recurring nightmare broken right in half. Any creature that enters the battlefield and makes a creature tends to do it. Why are we getting all of these things?
I don't know. We even gotten
This is
Tomb
nuts.
late, which I'm really happy about. All right, so our deck is based around the crux of the deck is either to recur very valuable creatures over and over again with come into play effects. Things like Deranged Hermit makes 4/1/1s when it comes into play. Reclamation Sage kills an artifact or enchantment when it comes into play. Bone Shredder kills a creature when it comes into play. Sundering Titan kills all your opponent's lands when it comes into play or leaves play. Iona cuts your opponent off of a color. And so we want to get those into play quickly. We also have other ways, but we have other angles of attacking that as well, on top of just recurring nightmare. We picked up the Animate Dead, which lets us pick up any creature from any graveyard and put it into play at -1 power. That's a lot of text, but that's what it says. Entomb lets us grab any creature from, or any card from our deck and put it into our graveyard to just immediately find things like Iona, so we don't draw this card that we can't use.
It also features a buff zombie with dandy sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Entomb's illustration has never changed, and I'm really happy about that.
It's really good.
I like those sleeves. I would wear that. I would wear that outfit.
It always looked to me, so like, you know, we're in you know, okay, so it says the grave is a great place to store ill-gotten treasures. It's just this silly treasure chest. Like, that's like comedy treasure chest coming out of the ground there.
It's full of cartoon meat.
Right. You're gonna open that and get a turkey or maybe 5,000 points.
Little crown rolls up out of it, and you get 5,000 points.
Yeah. All right. So let's take all these, put them in the hidden zone because they're colors we're not playing. Red was what we started with, and we're not doing that. We are, and let's. I'm gonna do what I do the build in reverse, or I guess, you know, build by additive rather than, you know, reducing the cards in our deck. So we want to take the cards that are the most notable to our plan, and then build around that. So this is the start we have.
Yeah, there was a point at which we could have gotten a vampiric tutor, I think, but we passed up on that. That would be the only thing to make this plan stronger.
I think
the Bayou is a better pick,
yeah,
for sure.
I think that might have been the Bayou pick, and I feel bad like that we have to pass that, but we also... All right, so with Recurring Nightmare, we want cards that have really strong come-into-play effects. So the Thrag Tusk gains us 5 life on come in, makes a 3/3 on leave, which is perfect. The thing about Recurring Nightmare is that it is actually recurring. When you use its ability, it returns to your hand. So Bone Shredder is another thing. I'm actually, this was a late pickup, just like I think pack 1, but it's really good for options, you know.
Yep. Flying lobster claws with a skeleton coming out of it. Love this thing.
It's eating it's eating the skeleton hand.
Shred the bone.
Yeah, shred them.
It's like a wood chipper, but for bones.
Yeah, but for bones. Okay, I think this is like our. So this is our base. Is like these cards that we absolutely want to be able to like recur. You know, and this gives us outs to most things: lands, big board, gain life, kill creatures, kill artifacts, enchantments. Like, okay, perfect. We have like a very wide range of things we can touch on. Next up, I think we want our support cards that get us here. So it's going to be like Deathrite Shaman, Tree Speaker, Finhorn Elves, and Birds. All of these are sort of the same card, though two of them are largely different. Deathrite Shaman has a lot more text than just making mana. And our deck doesn't make a ton of mana. We don't have fetches. But I guess we'll use
Yeah,
Wasteland.
we have Wasteland. That's our fetch.
That's 2 activations, because that blows up one of our opponents.
That's true.
All right, Wall of Roots. I'm going to put the Thoughtseize in, because we definitely want the interaction with our opponent. I'm going to put Entomb in as a way to get this going quicker. Basically, I'm willing to play that if we're playing Animate Dead, which I think we are. Maelstrom Pulse is a piece of interaction for our deck. I'm not putting in mana yet, because that comes after we get to the 23. And we are on the timer for the first time in a while on the deck build, so... But luckily it's 10 minutes, not 5.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we'd be done.
We would be racing to the finish if it were 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Again, Mana Crypt's mana, that doesn't get put in yet.
Yeah, that goes in the land pile.
That is literally a land.
It is a zero-cost thing that taps for mana. It's a land. So
Okay.
we count it as that.
Yep. Okay, other cards in here. So we have 7 slots remaining. I like... So we have Channel. Channel really only has the Sundering Titan to go with, but that's still alright.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I think we picked it on the speculative, maybe we'll get another Eldrazi kind of thing. And for us, making double green on turn 2, which is really where you want to be with Channel, is going to be hard. And we don't have double green on turn 1 in any line.
Right, there's no... Okay, I'm going to put Pack Rat and him in. Double Black's going to be a little hard, but, like, the card is always... the power of him is that it's always going to be good even past turn 2.
Right. I mean, you don't even often want to Tim on turn 2, right?
All right.
Against most things.
Okay.
That's when we want to like play our mana elves and then squeeze like sword plus him into the same turn or some nonsense.
Speaking of swords, I'm certain we want to be playing at least Feast and Famine. I'm uncertain if we have the room for War and Peace.
Yeah, we'll switch Feast and Famine out for War and Peace when we know that we're up against a red deck. Then the life gain and the prayer red is going to help.
Let's ask a bit of a different question then. Are we able to play Ancestral Recall?
Yes.
Okay. Because we have 3 sources of blue mana, and that's like 2 more than I need to want to play this card. So
I would jam 1 island in the deck, I think.
When did Channel get Channel? This was like a reprint, not in a legal set. This is just a reprint so they could reprint it. Channel is absolutely positively 100% broken in every single instance of this ability. It's not one of it's not one of those things that like, oh, it was broken and now it's not. No, this card is always broken and it will always be broken. 100%.
It was broken when it existed. The classic Channel Fireball. If you go into other games where that kind of ability exists, it's broken there too.
Yeah, this format. So the format I'm playing, the vintage cube, is literally cards from the last 20 plus years of 5 years of Magic. All of the best cards of those put into a box, which is why we see things like Mana Crypt or Original Dual Lands from 1993. We're at 24 cards in the main. I guess I added 1 too many.
What was the last one in? Go for the Throat.
I think it was Go for the Throat or Rishkar. It was like it might have been Mannequin actually.
Yeah, Mannequin really shines when you're doing something just wrong with one of the original Eldrazi.
I'm gonna bring Iona
which
in.
There are 2.
I'm gonna bring Iona in if my opponent's more one color. If my opponent's mono red, this comes in because I just like find a way to play Iona on 3 and then my opponent folds,
Right. Like we entomb Iona, on turn 1, and then they scoop that game,
All right, and then
and then we win a game.
we add we add in our mana. So we're playing a lot of mana denial and some colorless lands. I think that means we have to play heavier on green to be able to make sure these 1-drops happen. I think this is going to request we have 12 slots remaining. I think it's going to request like 6-5-1, one being the recall. I'm going to deny the 1, and I'm probably going to make it 8-4. We'll see. Yep, that's the 6-5-1. Okay, if I go 7-5, I have 9 green sources in the deck and 6 black sources in the deck for lands.
It sounds really scary for him.
I know, that's ugh.
Although, let's see, the Birds of Paradise and
And the
arguably Deathrite Shaman
arguably Deathrite.
post black for us.
We have a lot once we have 1 green, we have 1,000 green.
Whether we run port or not main is kind of a good question.
Yeah, I think we actually need to cut that. How about we cut that for the extra forest, and then that leaves us with a little bit more black sources that I'm okay with. I'm not the happiest about cutting port because we're really easily able to take advantage of it once we have mana, Gear Hulk with all of our hermit tokens, mana. But
yeah, I'm not so keen on thought seizing turn 1 in this deck. I kind of want to be able to thought seize by turn 4.
Okay.
And I think yeah. And so Bayou is really important for us.
All right. So the way this works is that we did a draft with 8 people. We're going to be playing up to 3 rounds. This is single elimination here. So if we lose our best of 3 match, we don't go on. If we win our best of 3 match, we're sort of in the holding pattern, waiting for the other 3 matches to finish. This is a rarity these days on Magic Online. Yes, I would like to play first.
Yeah, looking at the cards that did not make the cut in Vintage Cube is kind of this is an automatic.
Okay, like come on, this is a joke hand, right? Like
one of those ones you'd be able to. This is the classic mulligan, right? You show your opponent that you have no lands, and then you get to pull 7.
Yeah.
Turn 1 Rishkar.
I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
Bottom of deck, we have double black in our hand. I could play turn 1 Rishkar as a 3/3 that taps for mana if I want to be aggressive. That gives us access to 5 on turn 2.
Sadly, with nothing to spend it on.
Right, and I'm passing up on a counter from Rishkar because Rishkar puts a counter on 2 creatures. One.
Right. Each of up to 2.
I want to save the RecSur. This is going to have 1,000 targets on our opponent.
So that would make our play Bayou pass. I know it sounds lame, but
yeah,
come on.
I know. I'm gonna wait a little bit on the Rishkar play. That's a smart thing to do. Mostly because if I get to play the Mana Crypt, kill it. They have the best planes. Nice choice.
Shit.
It's the Odyssey lightning planes with the tree. This is my favorite planes. Okay. That's fine.
Well, hey.
Let's get this down. This gives us a thing to hit turn 3 with Rishkar's counter. Or
we could do it right now.
Right now, yeah. This is our aggressive line.
There you go. We held out 1 turn for 1 counter.
Are you ready for Mana Tithe? Okay. So 2 counters.
Mana Tithe is in the Vintage Cube, so that's a real consideration.
So turn 2, we just put 5 power into play. That seems decent to me. Also, they both tap for green right now.
Hell yes.
All right. I am very happy with the line that we took. And
I want them to play another land in a Signet. Well, that's not a Signet.
As long as it's attacking, gets +2/+0, pay 4 life, it becomes indestructible. So it's aggressive.
We're facing White Weenie?
We're facing White Weenie.
Wild.
Strange, I know. Oh, so Mana Crypt has the side effect of we have to. All right.
Oh no, we lost the
Well, it's
flame.
fine. It's fine.
Oh, look at the life effect.
Yeah, we'll get the life back. Because I drew turn 2 I made 5 power and I'm attacking for 5, and then turn 3 I'm playing a Thrag Tusk, and we get our life back. Easy.
Mana Crypt is nowhere remotely fair. Ew.
No, this is, yeah. 0 cost taps for double. Like,
Yeah, that might have seemed okay back in the day when there weren't any magic cards.
by the way,
Really?
I think we found an opponent that I would want Iona against.
What's that way? Soul Bond?
Oh god, that gives double strike on the Soul
It
Bond.
does. They're nugging us for 6, I think. They chose to not do that.
They're holding back. Alright. They're that scared of our... Alright, well, let's, Tails. Alright. Oh my god! Oh shit. So, we got our Gear Hulk. How do I want to spread counters?
Well, it looks like 5 is the Mendoza line currently.
Yeah, I could double up on, well, because this gives me 4 counters to spread. If I put Thragtusk up to... I think I need to put Thragtusk and Pima... Yeah, I think maybe both of those to 5, and then just crash in with both of those two. Because that requires a double block to kill either of them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and they have... I mean, they have 3 first striking damage. 5 health means they can't trade with just the Silver Blade Paladin or whatever nonsense that is.
The other line we could have taken was putting everything to 4, and then attacking all out, meaning that nothing could get nothing could get double blocked and die before first strike damage. But this way makes it so they're like forced to do a double block just to keep things alive. This only gets the +2 power on attack, so you know it's...
I guess it regenerates for
4 life.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pay that life in not blocking anyway.
True, which they're probably gonna... Okay.
Yeah, they're almost certainly paying the life.
So we're gonna do
the Paladin first.
Do it this way. That's good, that gets rid of the double strike. Interesting that they chose to get rid of the, Rishkar here.
Didn't want us tapping for mana with our Thragtusk.
Oh, they passed on paying life as well.
I want to call that a mistake.
Well, like, yeah.
I don't know.
How are they going to not die next turn? Like,
I don't know.
4 mana Wrath? Just... Okay, that's hilarious. So, Knight of the White Orchid is a really cool card I love. That says, when it comes into play, search your deck for a plains if you have less lands than your opponent. Oh, that's gonna...
Oh, hey! They're warding our relic.
It's fine.
That thing has an enter the battlefield ability. Shit. Ah, come on.
All right,
Maelstrom Pulse.
How about Bone Shred? Oh my god.
You know, it'll work.
So I get to Bone Shred, which, you know, kills a creature. So we're going to kill the Relic Warder.
This does not feel remotely reasonable.
And
Yeah,
Cloud9 wins. Perfect. Because the Gear Hulk would do its thing again, coming into play. Again, distributing 4 more counters. Let's go. Sideboarding.
So, 2 thoughts.
Uh-huh.
Sword of Feast and Famine out for War and Peace in because it's protection from their deck.
Sure. I'm also... Monocolored deck makes me think I
That was the other thought. Out for Sundering Titan out?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
they only have planes, so they can't do amazing things
Do we
unless
care
they like Iona trade.
about Fatal Push enough?
Maybe. I mean, that's gonna hit like every creature in their deck, right?
Yeah, most of them. And even if it doesn't, the revolt trigger on it will hit every creature in their deck then. So I'm gonna go like that in
Maybe
and
him
him
out
out.
because yeah, they can just dump their hand,
Yeah.
presumably.
The only other thoughts then would be like, do we care about like Deed / Toxic Deluge as sweepers? And I don't know enough about their deck to know if that's real or not. Do they have targets for Sage? Probably, but we didn't
Ooh,
see any.
yeah.
It
You
could be
gotta have targets for
right.
Sage
You're
and
playing
Change Cube. Come on.
right. You're playing this format. It would be safe to take it out if we wanted to bring out like Sage for either Deluge or Deed. Okay, let's. We still have Pulse for dealing with dumb artifacts.
Okay. Okay.
Not nope, not that wreck.
Recurring nightmare. Oh my
Mm,
god. Different wreck.
I'm gonna go with Deluge.
The wrong wreck. We almost got wrecked.
Yeah, if they're playing Silverblade Paladin, they like that is a sign that they could have equipment as well. But I think the sweeper is going to do us more work. Let's.
I mean, I think they're playing Silverblade Paladin because it's a
Oh,
strong,
right.
small white creature.
It let them attack for 6 on 3 if they would have taken it.
Oh no, the recall.
Sure. I'm okay with this. Not the strongest of hands, but Walroots is a good blocker. Pack Rat is an. Hey, how you doing? So they are flat.
Oh no, we can't Maelstrom Pulse it.
Oh no.
Shit.
God, I'm actually thinking about playing the Pack Rat on too.
Try to rat him out for the rest.
Yeah. But, like, Walroots is a better blocker on this stuff. Ooh, Entomb. Okay. That's strong, because if we do find any reanimation at all... I'm gonna go Wall. More defensive. Gives us a little bit more time to work with. If they play Silverblade Paladin, I can block. Oh!
There it is.
There it is. Yep.
Unbox.
And that means they get to make a 4 this turn. So let's block the soldier, sure.
Generally speaking, combat tricks are not real in this. Oh, we get to look.
Okay, let's find out. Like, why'd they mox?
Yeah, I'll be curious to know why they played the Ruby. Maybe they don't know that you can play that at any time, and it's
They
like,
drew it.
maybe they didn't want us to Thoughtseize it. Aha.
Excuse me?
Shit.
Whoa! Did you know we're fighting the strongest opponent here?
Well.
Okay.
Well. Then we just have to deal with these two creatures, and we win. Right?
Yeah, it's over. So
I think it's okay to put Reclamation Sage back in.
because it blows up their lands. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we get to Thrag Tusk next turn. What'd they draw? They're in damage.
No,
so.
they were tapping for second main.
Mother.
That's an annoyance.
Yeah. Okay. Thrag Tusk is, I think, just a play, though.
Probably.
So much
They
life.
get to, like, protection from green to make it not a thing, but...
There we go.
I will trade my pack rat for your mother.
Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat, my friend. Like...
I'm glad we took out him to Turok.
Yeah.
Our opponent's, like, empty hand.
Rishkar's anything?
Goodness.
Rishkar's anything. I'll be honest, I think Rishkar needs to go become a blue Monosaurus. Right?
Right.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, that gets survival on the table. Rishkar becomes birds of paradise.
yeah. I think we have to do that.
Whatever, they don't have interaction. We can just make plays.
This is looks so stupid. So discard Rishkar. I need to go grab birds specifically here. We'll go grab Iona later. So birds of paradise. Put a counter on. Play birds of paradise.
Why the hell did they keep that hand? It's like all of this power and no play.
Well, they were hoping they would draw like a 5, you know? They were like, all right, all I need to do is draw anything live and it's game, right?
Oh, Lord.
I
But
understand.
they didn't have the Black Lotus from the beginning, because then they would have put like
Knight
Knight of the
on.
White Orchid and
Yeah.
the other guy down at the same time.
I'm also like completely happy holding this in Tomb as just another rat, because at this point,
Shit.
it's fine. We'll be able to kill that next turn. We left it in. No, we took out RecSur. Oh god. Yep. Okay.
Dang it.
Yeah. The mom is a problem right now. Equip. Uh-huh. At least the protections are irrelevant. I need to block this, by the way.
It's the Mother of Runes protection. That's
Right.
the actual pain.
I need to block it because I can't allow it to hit me, because that would kill birds. And if birds dies, I can't cast the recall. And if I can't cast the recall, we don't get the, like...
Yeah, I don't think we have a plan for winning the game from there.
Yeah, so...
So what do we have? We have Maelstrom Pulse, I guess, that can hit the sword.
Or just wrath the damn board.
Killing all of our opponent's creatures would prevent them from being able to equip anything, yes.
Alright. Thragtusk is going to block here.
Oh, we're great at drawing lands. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Recall will draw us 3 lands. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I'm still holding the Entomb, because I think it's better as a pack rat than as a tutor, because any creature is a tutor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't think of a creature that we specifically want in our grave right now.
Iona, but if we draw it, we can put it there, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Not an actual problem. Okay, thank you. Moving sword to mom. Moving sword to a blocker. Sure. That's fair. What else are you gonna do? I'm actually happier with it there, because I can, like, actually fight that rather than the first striker. Okay, so we draw. Ha.
God damn it. Fine. I guess we get all the blue mono we want anyway.
Recall. We're banking on drawing a creature off this to fix our hand effectively, is what I'm, like, thinking. Iona Animate dead, huh? Okay, so I can turn on Iona and our opponent won't be able to play cards for the rest of the game.
Then we just have to deal with what they have in front of us.
Right, but...
That sounds kind of cool.
Right. So let's turn Iona into any creature in my deck.
How about Verdurous Gearhulk, so that we can make Iona bigger and just a shorter clock?
2-turn clock, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Animate dead, targeting...
Also because, while Bone Shredder would be immediately relevant, Mother of Runes is active, so we don't have any possibility for making that happen right away.
Yep. So Iona says, as Iona comes into play, choose a color. Opponents can't cast spells of that color. And as you may notice, our opponent is fairly monocolored here. I don't care about playing Deathrite.
Maybe. I mean, it could be the like extra points.
Yeah, let's throw it down. That's fine. Our opponent gains 1 off it.
Shit!
That
We
doesn't.
just gave them a life.
Yeah, doesn't change the clock though, because this is a 2-turn.
Right, 6 is going to become 10.
Can Mother Runes give Pro Black to Iona? Target creature you control, thankfully.
So yeah, no, we thought through that one.
Hold up 2 mana for Rat. Rat's 3. Sorry, that does not function. Okay, I think Wall Roots has fallen to this one. Oh, okay.
Sure. Like we have a white creature, a black creature, and a green creature that can all do work.
So let's.
Yeah, I'm a little upset that the activation on Rat is 3 because the card is 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand for like balance sake, that
card...
ability can't be that cheap.
The card itself is already not very balanced. All right,
we win.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was great.
Iona locking our opponent out of their deck.
Woo! I want to tell you how powerful it felt to, like, it's like they play the Mox and pass on 4. It's like, what do they have? And it's like, we need to find out. Oh, we find out.
The Black Lotus in a different box. What the hell?
What the hell's our opponent doing? Like, they're like, why didn't I top deck Baneslayer Angel on 2? Like, all right.
Which, I mean, would have shut us out of the game. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, we would, especially, like, backed up by Mom. So yeah. So, this hasn't happened in such a long time, because if I go over to Magic the Gathering Online, most of the drafts we do are in these league zones, which are much more like Hearthstone or Eternal or any other card game you might be familiar with digitally, where you just can go in and be like, all right, go to game 2, go to game 3. You can even see here in the queues, the last queue that exists is Hour of Devastation Amonkhet Swiss, which is not even the most recent set. Like, Ixalan has a Phantom Seal that, like, whatever. But the point that matters for the Vintage Cube, is there's a very major difference between playing a cube with 8 players and playing a cube in a league. And that is, when you construct a cube, all those cards we saw, all the cards we picked, all the cards we saw in the packs, there's only one copy of those cards in all the packs. There's only one Force of Will that we could have first picked. There's only one Yawgmoth's Will that we passed up in pack 3. There's only one Jace the Mind Sculptor from the opening pack 3. And when you're playing in a group of 8, like we are, all of our opponents, like now the Black Lotus and 2 of the Moxes are known. None of our opponents can have those because our first round opponent had the Mox and had those 2 Moxes and had the Lotus. So
I feel like they wasted it. Yeah. Oh my god. What creatures did they have that even had colorless mana in their costs? Like we saw the Paladin.
I appreciate. I'm guessing they had a 5 or something, right? Like, again, Baneslayer is what I thought.
Sigh. They're ruining it. They made sure that no one could be Storm. Let's see. Oh, no. Adonto Vanguard has a cost. It's true.
So yeah. So now we're in the downtime in between rounds, which is...
Yeah, that's the thing that we hadn't had in a long time. Oh shit, no, I know what they had.
What'd they have?
You know what they had that they never drew? Monastery Mentor.
Okay. I can buy that.
I'll bet that they had that card.
Are there any white storm cards? Not like in the vintage cube. They
You
only
mean other than Monastery Mentor? Because
right. That's a storm card. Here's 1,000 tokens. Monastery Mentor makes a 1/1 every time you play a non-creature spell, and then
1/1 with
all
prowess.
and then all the 1/1s end itself get +1/+1 for the turn. It's very silly. Yeah.
Ooh, they might also have had Ravages of War or Army.
Oh, like that would be a reason to play Moxes as the make it up and like now I can like I ravage the war but I can still equip my sword, or I can like play maybe something like Porcelain Legionnaire would be a good drop that's colorless in that deck. Also could have been
Having Lotus in for play and equip sword in the same turn is an abuse of power.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, the answer is yeah, they needed a reason to play Moxin, haha. But like I'm gonna play every style of that we can, because we showed how powerful that mana ritual sort of thing can be in game 1 when we had the Mana Crypt.
I mean, I do think that he did need a reason to play off-color Moxin, given how much of his deck required specifically white mana.
Okay.
So yeah, that is kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, like, I guess, yeah, even the cards we saw, the only card that had colorless and its cost was just the sword, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's I guess
like there was Silverblade Paladin and the Danto Vanguard.
All right, Diablo 3 is visible.
Something that we used to do to pass the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that Medibot, Rosella, and I made from the what was it called? The 1024 set. Like they had published their source code.
Just like threes.
Were just like
is that the name?
Well, threes was like the actual good video game version of this.
Mm-hmm.
There were a million clones right away, and one of them was called like I think 1024, or maybe it was called 2048. You know, one of those binary numbers.
Yeah. Okay, we're up to the G.
Got to the G. We did a little private game jam where the theme that we chose for the jam was money is useless. And all the symbols that you see here are symbols for different real-world currencies.
I've made a mistake. Okay. I think I can correct mistake. There we go. Totally. Oh, yay! I don't think I've actually gotten to this far. I don't think I'm getting much farther.
Man.
I need to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're kind of scotched out of it.
Yeah. Now
it's fine.
Now it's not in a corner, and it not being in a corner is the killer.
That's okay. You'll get some upgrades.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get some upgrades. We have no upgrades right now. Let's open the shop though. All right.
I did all of this beautiful art for this shitty web game.
It's really good. All right, so for our, we need either a Gil Penny, a doubloon, a chromium nickel, a neo shekel, and a moon opal, or 1 Canadian tire dollar. And we don't have any Canadian tire dollars right now, so let's.
One of the late additions to the thing was having some stuff on the bottom that told you how many of what kind of currency was in your wallet.
And a shekel. All right. Remove carrot game time limit. Okay, removing time limits is going to be useful just in the activity we're doing. We tend to hit the timer a little too often, right?
The whole dragging things from your wallet onto the machine was it was more difficult for us to implement that than to make it easier for the player.
Just to like click on double
right,
click.
Yeah, I mean if you we could have made it so that if you click on like the little each icon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would go. But that was too simple. We wanted you to have to like look through your own wallet.
Okay. Okay. Loved by dogs, imbue frog
Hey,
poison.
some of the some of the icons are a little weird for that.
All right. Look at that little nice little skull there.
That gets you progress on all of your achievements.
Yeah, I mean, that,
Oh
again,
yes.
always forward progress. Okay, if I need to find some irregular polyhedra could be useful again with what we're doing here. Free condiments, all right. Like how many opals? We have 2 opals left, so
Usually the limiting factor.
yeah. You obtain these in like different specific ways. Some of them are random chance. Some of them are you make a specific type of match or match in a square.
Yeah, it's the ones that I remember are that opals are totally random. The penny you get for making a move. The doubloon you get for making a match or like squishing two together. And so usually you're like overfull of those.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how you get nickels
Okay.
and shekels. Just yeah.
I want to say it's making a match on either like corners or specific side tiles.
I mean, really, I would ask Medibot
True.
because like I remember that we came up with this like when it happened, and then I kind of wanted this sliding scale to like you have most of this, less of that, less of that, less of that, least of this. And beyond that, I don't really remember anything about it.
My memory of it comes from like 3 years ago and not being involved in making it at all, just having played it. So that's it. That's what I've got to offer. I do
It's
not.
fine. Like developers are not necessarily the best source of knowledge on a thing,
Uh,
especially not in my case. I'm the fakest developer in the world.
let's see if we can. Okay. There's no way I'm like the odds of getting the Canadian Tire dollar are very slow.
Originally, there was no way at all to Canadian Tire dollar. It was our debug currency,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure, like, you know, we would like manually add one and then do it to make sure the like random upgrades with symbols were going.
If you want thorough documentation of this, you could open it, open up in.
Yeah, the thorough documentation of it is view on the page.
Yeah.
Then, like,
Start going into there, like.
like dig into the code. You might find surprises.
All right. Do we have any? We don't. Okay, we have some new moon opals though.
The best part is I cannot tell you everything that's a part of this game because months and even years after we made it, Medibot has added things to it, so I don't know. So like he just adds things to it to mess with me every day. Sorry.
All right. Automatically detect cursed items. Okay. All right. That's gonna be super helpful. We can avoid cursed Jaces. Triple shot. Oh, okay.
Triple shot.
But we are done now. There's 2 minutes to the next round. Diablo 3s. If you want to play Diablo 3s, you can visit zoomboingding.com/funtime/d3/index, or like I think just zoomboingding/funtimes will get you there, and then you click on D3.
And then you see the wonderful interface that I advised viewing this website.
It's perfect. Look, it makes sense. Obviously, whatever like of those lines you hover
mold,
over.
It's not a match 3. It just isn't It is not a match 3 at all.
It
Don't
is.
call it a match
It
3.
is a like a again. I think 2048 was the one that
Hmm.
was said in the
It's
chat by
definitely a
Drainhead.
clone of a thing. We were totally derivative, but please do not accuse me of being a derivative of the incorrect thing.
You can
Uh,
bash you like bash the horizontal things into other things and they become larger things, and that's how you go
like
about it.
match threes destroy things. Like nothing ever gets destroyed in this.
It only gets consolidated.
Yeah, it gets like joined.
It gets you value cannot be destroyed.
Oh, indeed, money is useless.
All
I
right.
don't. Ordinarily, I would not beef that much over this, but I feel like accusing me of creating a match three is an actual insult in a way that like calling me an asshole or motherfucker is not.
Oh god.
Like calling me an asshole or motherfucker, oh, that's his opinion. Calling me a traitor, that's that's an accusation of wrongdoing. So,
All right. We are fighting against maths.
I oh maths. I
Maths.
thought you were saying we were going against maths, and I'm like, I think they have the upper hand in this one. Turn one death right into nothing,
Nothing,
huh?
eh? Absolutely nothing. Like, we would need to draw land and also have our opponent fetch on one. So, nope. Huh. If we draw black, this hand rules. Six horses, scry, multiple draw steps. I'm in.
He already kept it, folks.
This hand clearly has a downside. But
We'll leave the downside up to the reader.
mm-hmm. 20 turn clock.
Shit!
Oh god, no!
Getting strip mined!
Sure.
Little did you know, nerd. You just turned on the Deathrite Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
Haha. And we get to EOT and tomb whatever we want. Well, what's the biggest dag nasty creature that we have?
Sundering Titan is that. Honestly, I'm thinking more, like, about just grabbing, Deranged Hermit and doing that instead.
Yeah. He's kind of a loop on his own.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Thragtusk.
Believe in the Hermit.
Yeah. Taking him way back. We've got the Gearhulk anyway to make our squirrels large.
Yeah. Gearhulk is 9 power is... The problem there is that I don't get to continue the loop. Whereas with this, I get to just keep doing the loop every turn forever.
Hello.
I would have picked Sundering Titan if they didn't play a Verdant Catacombs, like, as a, you know, fetch, because I couldn't blow up their land there if I had done that. Sure, that's fine.
I will teach you the ways of sacrifice.
Alright, you know, I'm fine not paying the Echo. That's alright. No, we're good.
Oh my god.
Do I do that first? Like, just survival attack for...
Yeah.
No, like, well, oh my god, but how much do I attack for if I go the other way? I'm gonna put my opponent on a 2-turn clock.
6 versus 3, sure.
Yeah. Range
Maybe
termite.
we don't have survival.
Attack with all. Yeah. Trump block. Can they just beat a pile of 1/1s? I guess 2/2s at this point.
The Grey Ogres.
Mm-hmm.
They're all ours. Like, we hardly need to cast a spell anymore.
Sure, hi Garuk. If you untap lands, I will kill Garuk. Okay. I guess I'm gonna keep casting a spell, though. Like, I'll cast the one spell we have. Like... Alright, so... We want 2 attackers at Garuk, so I can kill it, and then the rest of my opponent.
Oh, it's neat that they show you how much loyalty
Yeah.
in the interface now. That's a good change.
Okay. If I go any less than this at Garuk, I don't kill it, and I want Garuk dead so that my opponent doesn't have ramp capabilities.
Garuk putting them on 7 mana next turn is kind of scary.
Yeah, that's the big problem. We have incredibly loyal squirrels.
They clearly want to ramp, right? Like Sakura Tri-Builder tells me that at least. Yep, we don't need to show you more cards.
I don't even need to do anything here. I'm just attacking for lethal. I'm not gonna play a spell. I'm not gonna... If they have a trick to stop me, like a cryptic, I'm not gonna let them, you know, counter tap.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a trick to not die here, they're doing it right now. And then post-combat, when they've tapped out for their trick, then I get a Recurring Nightmare again. So, that's the idea here behind not playing Recurring Nightmare pre. Venser or...
yeah, bouncing a token, gaining 1 life. Bouncing a token.
Bouncing a token. And that is a counterspell, too. So we can't even see it, but let's let Mystic Confluence resolve.
Yeah.
That does have counterspell on it, and if I would have played my spell, they would have went counterspell, bounce a thing, draw a card, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, we got him to 1. I think we're gonna keep doing the thing that we've been doing.
It is on you to stop me.
Recurring nightmare.
I just have this recurring nightmare of squirrels, endless squirrels. Like, just all sorts of, all over the place. Okay, so we know our opponent is, like, green ramp and, like, blue counters, which is a strong place to be in strip mine. So our opponent's in a strong place, you know? Let's begin the sideboarding. Do we have anything that directly fights that idea? And
we already have the Thoughtseize in the main.
And the hymn seems good there, too, for that sort of fighting.
Yeah.
Our sword's good because it's pro half their deck. It's also the discard half, which is good against the blue side.
They seem pretty evenly blue and green, so Iona doesn't seem all that great. Like, I think we're just pre-boarded against them.
Yeah, Iona's the only thing I would consider, and that would be like Iona on blue so that it couldn't be bounced.
Mm-hmm.
That's a consideration, but I don't think it's a high enough consideration. Oh, if I wanted to... We do have this final piece we haven't actually looked at.
Can't be countered, I don't think we're ever casting this spell, so I don't think that piece of text matters.
Yeah.
But opponents can't cast spells during your turn is pretty huge.
Right, like,
That's I shouldn't disparage that. That's a big piece of permission.
is there any thing we would want this in over? Is there a card I would rather not have, and that would make Dragonlord Dromoka maybe a little bit more interesting of an inclusion? I don't see too terribly much I would want to cut. Again, like, RecSage didn't have targets,
Shrug,
but...
RecSage, right? I know. Last time we cut it, we immediately saw the targets.
Yeah, and I like having Bone Shredder and go for the throat, though I might not need both. I might...
All right, I'm gonna try to mute myself and
Alright.
be back in just a minute.
Alright, well, I'm gonna live on putting in Dragonlord Dromoka. I hope you enjoy me putting in Dragonlord Dromoka against my opponent here. This will be fun. We can cast it off of Birds of Paradise. We can... Oh my goodness! Yeah, I'm in. Keep. Alright, I'm here to destroy your hand, my friend. High Tide, Brain Freeze, Factor Fiction. Oh, Nelly. They only have blue, so I'm gonna cut off their Simic Signet here. Perfect. Okay, they drew a colored source. That's fine. So Sac Tribe is known. Animate dead immediately? Okay. Let's give our opponent the hymn. Brain Freeze Factor Fiction. Boom! Head. There we go. Oh, perfect aim. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We even have Deathrite Shaman to eat him. Like... High Tide. Okay, there's that island. Okay, so Deathrite's gonna come on in. High Tide, 2 unknown. We can play Thragtusk next turn, regain some health. I can use Deathrite to eat their grave if I felt like there were some, like, threats. Which I'll do next turn. Okay, we get a card, we untap. Phantasmal Image. That's good to see gone. Let's play out a Thragtusk. Then next turn I'm going to move Sword over to Findhorn Elves and then leave up my ability to eat their Brain Freeze. One card in hand. Okay, get Probe. That's fine. They get to know we're holding Animate Dead. Which means I could Animate Dead Phantasmal well, actually, Oh. Play. Oh, they're high-tiding. Oh god, do they have a way of going off right here?
I Cannot immediately intuit what is going on.
Oh god, they're time spiraling with a high tide.
Shit!
Shit! We might be losing on the spot here.
Sweet, let's see him go. I mean, at least you forced them into a corner.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you force them to do it now. It tends to be worse.
Damn. Okay. 5th land, so they have 10 mana.
Time Spiral being the better version of Time Twister, by the way.
Yeah. Also, we drew horribly off of that.
It looks like what we got is, like, on the board, right?
Oh, yeah. By the way, I turn 1 Thoughtseize turn 2 hymned this player.
Holy shit.
And discarded their Brain Freeze. Which they have back now. No! Oh,
okay.
shit. Okay.
They got their high tide back into 7. That's
10, 13 mana. Oh, shit.
Are we getting Emmercooled?
I chose to delete their hand instead of deleting the Brain Freeze, and I do not regret my decision because I knew 1 card in their hand and wanted to put the clock on them rather than delaying heavily in order to delete the card out of their grave.
Oh shit, maybe they expect us to concede.
Not happening.
They're like, oh, well, if I show them I have all the mana.
Yeah. Oh, they have to go for a green.
Okay, you need a green for some reason.
They only have 1 green possible, so...
Does Time Spiral exile itself?
Yes.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, good.
It's gone.
Because, I mean, it's from a janky era of Magic. I don't know if they had accounted for that.
5 unknown cards in our opponent's hand.
I can appreciate that their turn is complicated. Like, yes, I immediately jumped on them trying to, like, by adding a bunch of mana to their pool and not doing anything. But, like, I've played this deck before. The lines get really, really complicated really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game doesn't have a rope.
Cool thing is, if they, like, upheavaled, Thragtusk is in play. Okay, so we're on 3 spells. It's been High Tide, Storm Count 3. They need Storm Count 7. Mystic Confluence is a drop. Dig, 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 dig. All right.
Yeah, he's just doing some quick maths.
Okay, Brainstorm. Okay, so they're drawing into their card draw. They might just have me.
I mean, it's fun to watch, right? Really, we don't have any way to interact with this right now, so we just F6 and watch.
I definitely am going to make some changes to the sideboard, though, in that I think Iona matters more as a way to stop this, rather than the Dramoka, which doesn't. We absolutely positively need a way to stop them from being able to, like, combo, and we don't have that. Okay, they're tapped out.
I don't think that's necessarily the case, but it would be nice to have, since it already exists in our board.
Yeah. Okay, so they're going to play Search for Tomorrow, which is going to effectively do nothing. It's going to convert the...
It ups their storm count while it does it.
True. So this has been High Tide 6. We're on Storm 6. Right now it would be Storm 7. If they have it, I think we just lose.
Again, I want to watch. Oh, it says on the side.
Oh, it's 7?
Storm count 7. Look at that.
Oh, nice. What's,
That's very polite of it.
Yeah.
Did they cast anything before the High Tide?
High Tide, Time Spiral, High Tide. Oh, get Probe. They probed on 1.
They probed. Okay.
Yeah, they probed.
So even right here, Brain Freeze would be for almost all our deck.
Yeah. I think if there's a choice that I made that could have been made differently, it might have been forcing the High Tide out of their hand and not allowing them to do the combo in the first place. But hell, we don't even know if it's over or not. Storm count. Okay, so they've also made land drop, and they're out of green mana. So if they need to do something with green, they just can't. I wonder what they're considering.
6 cards in hand. Are there any blue tutors?
Mystic, or the top of deck and instant sorcery. Riftwing. Oh, okay. I think that I'm gonna take that as they're passing up the combo turn here.
What the hell is commit to memory?
Oh no, never mind. They actually have it. They didn't.
Yeah, they just needed another spell. Okay.
Okay.
That's our whole deck.
Yeah, that's every card in our deck, and we don't have an Eldrazi, so no outs. All right. So the fact that I didn't.
It took a long time to come up with that.
I'm actually gonna.
I'm a little upset.
Well, right, like that's an autoplay. Like I don't see any.
Right? Like we were tapped out.
All right. Anything I want in here, like Iona in, Dramoka out. Bulldozer, you don't need to yell at me. Thank you, though. I'm bringing Mannequin as well as another way to bring back the Iona.
Like we conceded when we saw the win and there was a bunch of shit on the stack. But before that point, it was still up in the air.
Yeah.
In case we forgot that there was an option to concede. Come on, man. Be cool.
Mannequin in. Okay, what do we not want then? Like I still think I want Bone Shredder as a way to knock out. Like they still had some threats that I might want to kill on a tutor.
They did? I saw a Garruk token.
Like, yeah, but leaving me with no ways to deal with that? Maybe that's over.
You have Maelstrom Pulse in the deck.
Yeah, okay. I'm overreacting to the existence of a possible threat that...
Possible 3/3.
Whatever.
I need Bone Shredder to kill the Hill Giant.
That's fine.
Have a Hill Giant.
Okay. I'm okay on this. I'm leading with not Botanical Sanctum in case they strip mine.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for the sub, Histotron.
You get to use this cool skull.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want a Wasteland target, damn it. Shit! I get to Iona lock them next turn?
It sounds good to me.
Yeah. So, Iona blue, and they're locked out of the game, right? Like, that's just it.
I'm gonna add my skull to the pile.
Nice skull. Suspend Riftwing Cloudscape. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Oh, that still says cast.
Yeah.
Shh. The text of suspend still says cast.
Iona,
oh my god.
Alright. And then I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, goodness.
By the way, while you're tapped out, I really hope you force. This is still worth doing.
Hold on.
I mean, if it's days, we're fine, because we can tap the Jiraga tree.
No, it doesn't
Wait.
tap.
Oh, hell, okay.
I couldn't up it.
I guess we're still cold to days.
That's fine.
It's a shame. Our backup plan is to beat them to death with Sword of Feast and Famine.
So Iona on blue. Have fun trying to combo out against this.
Oh, God.
Okay, a signet,
Okay, a
sure.
signet. You can play a signet.
Trap Island, I'll blow
You
that
play a
up.
Trop Island.
I'm gonna blow that up just right off.
They're gonna add blue green to their pool.
Then I'll pass and do sword and. Oh no, okay.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna.
The best part is, like, so say they kill Iona. I mean, I'm holding Recurring Nightmare, so. Also, how the hell would they kill Iona?
Green kill spell, huh?
Beast Within? But Beast Within, you know. Well,
Because it's a creature.
Well, it's gonna be pro-green in a moment. I'm sorry,
Wait, what the hell was that?
What did you just regrowth?
Regrowth?
Oh, they regrowth their island.
What? How did they have... What?
No, they regrowth their Trop Island.
Oh. Okay. I guess that's a
By the way, we have
could
pro.
possibly make.
By the way, now we have pro green, and they can't play blue spells. So
Man, I suddenly feel like the bad guy again. Are we the bad guys? Be honest.
Turnabout, sure.
You weren't casting that anyway.
I think everybody in this cube is the bad guy.
No. The white player stole everyone's gems was not the bad. Okay, maybe stealing everyone's gems.
Stole everyone's gems. Nah.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Iona.
Thanks, Recurring Nightmare.
Oh, that was so good. It was like, all right, on 1 I play my creature, on 2 I search for Iona, on 3 I sack my creature and put Iona into play. And it's just like, you got me. What do you do?
Hey, Ty, that link will take you to the things that are in the Vintage Cube. Specifically the Vintage Cube, the one we are playing now. Are there any other cubes running right now?
Just this one.
Okay, so that's the cube that's running right now. There are others.
Yeah. One piece of key information in this is that, again, since we're playing in a pot of 8, our opponent in the final round cannot possibly have Regrowth, Black Lotus, Factor Fiction, Time Spiral,
High Tide, whatever the fake blue command was. What the hell was that?
Mystic Confluence. Which...
So really, we should have strung them out a little bit more to see if they had force of will.
Right, because we had the discard, from
yeah.
from our sword. And we just
I mean, we could still cast spells. We should have not attacked, and then.
I'm not gonna
trying to get information.
Like,
that would be an asshole thing to do.
Well, also at some point they would just go like, all right, end step, Beast Within your sword, untap Song of Dryads to turn your Iona off,
turn Iona into a forest,
and then combo kill you.
Oh man, okay, fine.
So we don't wanna.
I know. We could have leaned into being the bad guy and really tortured our last opponent.
I'll take being the very methodically quick. We just
okay, no. That's the ruthless henchman of the bad guy, the chief henchman.
Yeah.
Of the bad guy, the bad guy will sit there and monologue all day. The chief henchman is a kill your stupid ass.
We have a job. We need to get it done. All right, we're going second for the first time. All right, I'm gonna place bets. Turn 1 Goblin Guide, take 2, right? That's
yeah. Turn 1 Goblin Guide, reveal not a land.
Yeah, we haven't seen any. It's gotta be. We played against our first round opponent was mono white. The second round was the blue green. We're playing black. There's only one color missing. Mono red will always show up to beat up somebody at some point. So.
Well, let me pour over the cube here and.
Yeah, if it's mono red, then we just turn 3 Iona. I don't care.
Good old Falconwrath Gorger, the 1 mana 2/1
2/1.
in red with no downside, which is
The
a thing that cannot possibly exist and will
right
get you minus points
that was
in the Great
mentioned
Designer
was
Search.
mentioned that I think the exact words were like, if you tried to suggest that earnestly, I would fire you on the spot. I think was
the
the
card that if
actual.
you the card that if you print will get you fired.
Somebody must have got fired to print it. I'm so
I guess
sorry.
so. Yeah, no, I mean that's the part of the story that we're not seeing, right? Like whose head rolled because they printed
Yeah,
Falconwrath Gorger,
yeah, horrible.
or maybe they did not print Falconwrath Gorger in earnest. Maybe that's what the lesson we should take away is.
What if they printed it as a 1/1 and then somebody was just like, "This isn't strong enough."
Yeah, secret power boost,
Yeah,
and it just went to print, and they didn't realize it. Then they're like, well, it's already printed.
yeah, yeah. Our idea is turn 1, play a creature that produces mana. Turn 2, honestly, our turn 1 is always play creature that produces mana. Is what we really want to be doing on 1.
Oh shit! I didn't realize Kiki Jiki Zealous Conscripts was in this.
Yep, that's always a secret. Our opponent seems to be. Oh, never mind. Sorry. This is actually a pretty common thing within playing in a 8-person pod, where if you're the last game to finish, uh, you're the other player that you're going to be waiting for. They could have stepped away to do any number of things because they were waiting
Right.
for us to start.
Doesn't happen in leagues. Everyone death right. Some other stuff.
I think I'm okay with this.
It doesn't have any of the like busted powerful starts that we try to look for in these, but I don't know. Maybe our opponent will play a fetch and we can.
If our opponent plays a fetch, that actually does turn this on a lot higher. So I think I'm okay keeping this because it has like I can play every card in the hand, and it has multiple colors of mana. It has most of what I'd ask for from a good hand. It's a bit
In a usual circumstance, I would agree with you, but this is the vintage cube, so there is a case to be made for mulliganing this to get one or more of our pieces of broken rather than pieces of reasonable start, which this absolutely is.
True.
This is the choice between something that is fine and something that is very greedy.
I think my problem, at least at this point, with doing that is against an unknown opponent. I'm uncertain. Like, obviously there's the recurring nightmare survival sort of things, but like, is Sundering Titan a worthwhile card to locate or to dig? Like, what are we? Do we need to dig for removal? Do we need to dig for? Because if we need like artifact interaction.
Okay. So what you're saying is even if you did have the busted start at 6 with a scry, you wouldn't know what exactly to find with like survival and so on.
At least not immediately. I guess I'm not thinking as much on the busted 6, but say we get a 6 that has like a slightly different axis of interaction. Like we get a 6 that has go for the throat and
let's be real, our 6 is going to be like 3 or 6 non-lands, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm keeping this. Oh, absolutely. Like I'm completely fine, especially with an unknown opponent. I'm completely fine keeping like this, maybe who knows sort of start.
Like the whole. To be honest, I'm just keeping the conversation. This is an keep, and I wanted to be the devil on your shoulder on both shoulders. Actually,
All right, I looked to my left and Kaz is right there, and then I looked to my right and Kaz is also right there.
We're both trying to convince you of the same thing, just with different language.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm putting them on mono red as my guess, but it's like what backing I have for that is null.
The double shouldered. Indeed. One of the 72 sacred transformations.
Absolutely. Like that is absolutely one of you use that move, it appears on the screen and it like the dun 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 and then it's great.
God gave you 2 hands so you could throw up both sets of horns. Hail Satan.
Our opponent kept their hand, they just haven't made a move.
We're waiting for.
They're on the play.
Does that say kales? Like they really like eating kale, but only in multiples.
Caius.
Caius.
It's a like.
Ah, yes, known space scientist Caius Galtar. Oh wait, main phase. Another blue deck.
Oh, suspending ancestral visions.
Okay, well, we
let
get to maybe embarrass them at some point.
All right. All right. I'm fine seeing that.
Happy to see it.
So Deathrite seems...
To be honest, we're not actually sad that they didn't lead with Goblin Guide.
Oh yeah, I was gonna lose that match. Was the real
right?
Shit.
Gonna be...
Shit.
Oh no, I spoke too soon.
Shit. No, they're a Kiki combo.
Think so? Do you even need blue for that? I'll look.
Well,
you think?
Yeah, I'll like if Pestermite and or Deceiver Exarch exist, and then the white in here is because Resto Angel is also a Kiki combo card.
Okay, Pestermite exists.
Okay. Oh God, they're Greedmeister. Shit.
Okay, well, you don't really need a reason to play Jace the Mind Sculptor. I think Pestermite is it. There's no there's Deceiver Exarch. Never mind.
They just plussed Jace targeting themselves. Okay.
You know that Jace has a brainstorm, right?
Okay, well,
Maybe they don't know that.
It's fine. I get to RecSage, kill their Signet. Yo!
Whoa! Inkwell
Leviathan God?
So,
holy shit!
I guess they just get to throw cards away because they have astral vision.
Right. Well, I can animate dead that if there's another target later, you know? If. Let's attack Jace. I have to poke Jace to keep Jace, like, pushed him. Okay, they've one card in hand. I mean, their Ancestral Vision's gonna fix that is the thing, though.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, not this turn, though. Oh, okay, they're gonna brainstorm.
They did figure out that Jace had a brainstorm mode.
Also, sadly, the exile and instant sorcery to hit them for 2 is life loss.
It's life loss, so it can't be redirected to planeswalkers.
They're on.
Cannot mug Jace. Okay, they might be more black than. Okay, so they're Grixis control.
Yeah, this is just a blue Signet.
Sure.
Goodbye.
I mean, like Signets are still ramp.
Yeah.
And that's something you don't have in Grixis colors, so sure. Off-color Signet.
I want to keep beating up on Jace.
Don't we always?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Burnhead said it best. Gotta bully Jace whenever you can. We are absolutely with the bullies.
Yeah. That Mage Ring bully was always one of my favorites, of course.
He looked exactly like Jace, but with a red background.
Alright, so Ancestral Visions is, Ancestral Recall, but slow. The problem is that it's still draw 3 cards, so... They know my hand. They know Gearhulk, they know Thragtusk.
Yeah, if they, for some reason, don't have interaction and we draw our most powerful things right away, then maybe we can fish ourselves out of this, but I really don't see it from this point.
What is this, Chandra? We have Chandra 6, so it can't be Chandra 6, also I can... Burning of Xingyi! Oh, God! This is the first time I have ever seen anybody cast Wildfire like to this ridiculous effect. Oh my God.
All well, we get sent back to nothing.
Yep.
They keep one land at a Signet and Jace.
And Jace. Burning of Xingyi. Oh my goodness. So Wildfire has been in the cube forever. And it almost never. Look at that lowercase choose.
Mm.
All right.
We're not supposed to choose 4 lands we control. We're supposed to
Choose. Yeah, choose 4. Choose 0 cards. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I will choose 0 cards I control.
Okay.
Good. That's thanks to the weird wording on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we lost this game, and we're going to
I'm playing it out to see
try to-
cards, yeah.
try to learn more about our opponent's deck, yes.
Oh! Oh, no!
Yeah, I hate to see it happen.
Yeah, fine. All right, let's see what our opponent actually has going on. They're going to brainstorm forever. They're going to lock us out of cards. They're going to, plus Jace always put lands on the bottom is a really good, yep, Jace targeting. The problem is, oh god, they're going to gain info off of us. Do I maybe want to not actually let them do that?
Oh, just because they have the Jace?
Well, because they're going to actually gain info by plussing Jace
right.
forever. They put a card on top. I'm going to see what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually might be the ones gaining intel here. I'm gonna see if they Fate Seal one more time, and if they Fate Seal, I'll concede. I'll concede response.
Oh, in response to the Fate Seal, I accept.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We're not sticking around for that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, Jace actually gives them too much intel, and they don't have to do anything else but plus Jace, and then ult Jace, and then we lose. So, all right. Burning of Jingyi. Oh my goodness.
Artifact Monosaurus is the best response to that, but we already have everything we can have.
Kind of want this Iona back. I know the problem is
red can deal with a 7 health flyer.
The problem with Iona is that when they're on 3 colors, it's hard to fully lock. Like, I can put it on blue.
It's true. We did see we saw black dual lands, but we didn't see black spells.
Right, and maybe that's because they didn't they already knew they had burning.
Yeah, they didn't need anything more at that point.
I'm gonna...
Jace the Mind Sculptor, everybody.
All right.
Woo. They don't need to cast spells during our turn.
Yeah, I mean, all it does is stops counter spells from functioning while it's in play. I don't think I have a better card that I'd want out for it because
Burnhead is calling Nicole Bolas as their black card.
I'd give that a 95% chance.
Yeah.
Other sword protects us from wildfire, but I'd rather have the discard from this sword still. I feel like this sword is still the more powerful one. Maybe
yep, the only Grixis card in the cube, Nicole Bolas Planeswalker. Holy shit.
Alright, well, really good hand that we have to mulligan. That's fine. Well, actually not the best. It needs a mana dork to actually be a really good hand. Replace the range tournament with a mana dork, and then this is really good.
Right. Replace Botanical Sand. Okay. Turn 1 Thoughtseize.
I think I'm gonna keep based on turn 1. Okay. Sure. I'll actually keep the elves, too. Alright, I want to see what you got going on. Tanglewire, Inquisition, Grave Titan. Oh boy, they are a much blacker deck than we expected.
Grave Titan?
Grave Titan. Wild. That's just one of their win cons. I hate the Bone Shredder now, and...
Yeah, shit. I mean, maybe that means we leave Inquisition in their hand?
Yeah, okay, and then maybe I just hit the damn Titan.
Take Grave Titan, because, we can't deprive them of a big deck.
We could.
They have 2.
We could draw an Animate Dead and make that really good.
We can't this turn because we're going to draw elves.
Yeah.
But next turn.
Yeah. But their hand only had the 2 land. Okay, I want to take this out. Island off. Blackcleave Cliffs off. Inquisition off, Rectus Signet off. Okay.
Damn it.
It's fine.
Alright, that had to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah. We're paying to include the card, you know? Signet. Okay. So their hand is 2 unknowns, Tanglewire. This is a Tangle Wire play? This is a Tangle Wire play. Sure. Tangle Wire for 4.
Holy shit. Yeah, nothing is ever going to be Tangle Wire ever again.
No.
It has two things going for it that make it completely unreasonable. One, the fact that it is a useless permanent to tap to its own ability, and two, the fact that you can stack the two triggers such that it's like unfair in your direction.
Sorry, I needed to hit OK once more. Okay, recall. So we got a problem.
Olivia Voldaren to machine gun down our Lord.
Yeah, and like there's nothing I can actually play that stops us from just getting machine gunned down by Olivia Voldaren. Like they can steal my pack rat even. I'm gonna try to deprive them of mana for the next upcoming turn. That's the game plan here. But yeah, Tangle Wire is the is a ridiculously like on the face it's it affects both players equally, but no.
No, yeah, it is the poster child of symmetrical effects that are not in the least bit symmetrical.
Yeah. You tap 4, I tap 2, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they tap out everything but Olivia. Well, no, even though they still leave their blue. And that attacks us for 5. I need to draw Maelstrom Pulse. God, I can't even play the rat because I can't discard to it immediately. It'll just die. I think we lose to Olivia.
We might. That's fine. I mean, we made it a good long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're in the finals here.
That is A-okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, ultimately, look at how reasonable our deck is. Like, I kind of love that.
Yeah, they got here playing control.
Oh.
Thank you. That is our one answer in the deck. 1 card in hand. Is it a counter spell? No.
Want to play Pack Rat?
I want to wait 1 turn.
Okay.
I want to be able to activate it in response.
Right. Pack Rat plus activation, I understand.
So.
I thought we might not be able to do that from our position.
I understand, and maybe I do need to be more aggressive with it, but I mostly don't want to risk. Okay.
What's the next threat?
Yeah, what's their final card?
Let's see.
This is their last card in hand. Okay.
I told you to play the damn Pack Rat.
All right, fine. Ooh, oh, but we're drawing beautifully, so that's a plus.
Well.
Hey, Jace, how you doing?
God damn it.
Of course it's Jace.
Jace,
please. Sure, you get to do that. Alright, so we're all back up to full. I don't have any, like, instant stuff. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, okay, I tap 0 permanents. Thank you. Odds on that resolving. No way. I probably should wait a turn and try to like him to Turok.
What do you mean?
Just
Resolve which thing?
Sundering, tapping out for Sundering Titan.
Isn't that more mana than we have?
I
cannot count.
We have 7 in play. I haven't played a land for turn.
Oh, you haven't played a land.
No,
Shit. Okay.
I just haven't played a land yet. I'm thinking him to Turok first.
5 cards and no blue up. I think Sundering Titan is safe. I mean, the problem is that he's going to bounce it with Jace.
But that's just like more lands explode, right? Okay, so it's just Force of Will. That's the only card that they could have, and we know they have it, but they would have to have. This is okay. Yeah, maybe that's more right.
Force of Will or Daze, I guess. We didn't actually see either of those cards from our previous opponent.
Can't cut them off red. Well, I could if I guess I could if I RecSage plus Wasteland.
As in, also cut them off of answers to Sundering Titan, other than repetitively bouncing with Jace.
Right. I'm gonna go for it. If it fails, we have Animate Dead.
Yeah.
And if it gets stolen, I can kill it. Like if they bolus, steal it. And if they counter it, okay, yeah. So let's. It's on you to stop me. Perfect. That, and I have to blow up a forest. There are no mountains. This isn't a mountain.
Yep. Blackleaf Cliffs, not a mountain. Those cliffs, not attached to mountains.
So weirdest thing. Yeah, so they can bounce it, but then they get cut off of, they get cut off more mana, and, like, we won't be able to replay it.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Yeah. I like that.
They have to bounce it. Like, unless they have a good answer to it in hand, they're going to minus Jace.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Like, that seems automatic from where I'm sitting.
You know I get the choice, right?
Did you know that I did not know Sundering Titan had Leaves play text?
Oh, that was why I was really happy that they were bouncing it.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. Well. Now who is burning who's Xingyi?
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, I think we need to cut him off red for that possibility. What is this? 7 mana? What is this? Shit! Oh, shit!
Okay, we found the broken part of their deck.
Well, the worst thing is I cut them off as much mana as I could too.
Yeah,
we still get to keep a card. Yep.
It's Wasteland.
Oh hell!
Hot damn.
That's fine. So
that's a pretty good single card to draw.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Nah,
I mean, they're not going to bounce that one.
If you're saying you liked the hymnline because you thought that our opponent was just going to mind twist us, that is the most hindsighted comment I've ever heard.
I don't accept that. Okay, fine.
Sure.
Damnation for 1 card. Sure.
Oh my goodness. Alright, goodbye squirrels, and... Oh.
The reload.
Okay.
Man.
I think we're out because we can't draw anymore.
We're in the toilet once again.
So this is where Jace starts putting us away. Yeah, I still think you're talking hindsight there.
We destroyed 4 of their lands.
Like...
We destroyed 4 of their lands.
Whoa. Do I push this out? Well, they put it on top.
I mean, they didn't... They saw something else, and... Wait. You mean they...
They left this here.
Huh. So they knew we have it.
They left the most powerful card in our deck on top.
I want to say that means they have discard.
Or force, but we can't play around either. We just have to assume they don't have...
No, I mean, we can play around discard by casting it now.
Yeah, I mean, we can't play around Force of Will. That's impossible.
Right.
And yeah, they could have destroy it, but in, like, again, this is the best line I think we have. I know we don't have a creature to use it, but, like, even with Jace plussing, there's a non-zero chance that
I think with this mana combination, I think it's safer on the battlefield than
Yes.
any other zone.
Agreed. So they bottom it. Yes!
Holy shit.
This can't resolve, right? Like, you have a counter.
Yeah, no way.
There's no way this resolves, because this is too strong of a creature. This is like Hardcast Force? I think this is Hardcast Force. They must have just drawn Force then.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is Hardcast Force. Jace is on 8, by the way.
Yes.
So, okay, one of the big problems here is that the top card of our deck that our opponent bottomed, that KS bottomed, must have been a creature. Like, I think you probably bottom any creature you see and leave any lands on. Yeah, they left a card on top, which is the, like, heh play that you can make.
We're drawing a land.
Oh, also we're dead next turn. Okay, so for, like, the fair deck, they've also got some pretty, like, powerfully unfair active, like, things to do.
Yeah, fair deck plus Force of Will and Mind Twist. Yeah.
What'd you leave? Is it a land? Is it forest? Yeah. Alright. This is where I would right-click well played, but that's not a thing in this.
We don't have a character avatar to equip a weapon and bump into our opponent's Jace.
Yep. Jace is one turn from ulting as well, which would flat deck us if we didn't die to, this attack.
The attack from a 6 power creature, yeah.
Alright, that went very well, though.
Yeah, wheel plus Mind Twist. Okay, yeah, a fair deck plus wheel, Mind Twist, Force of Will.
This is like maybe the second or third time I've ever seen wheel do something. Because usually wheel is a card that you don't want, like, is hard to justify playing when it's double-sided in this sort of format.
I can justify playing Wheel of Fortune anytime I play it.
Oh, I guess I mean in an aggressive deck. Obviously, I think they need the Mind Twist backup to be able to feel good about doing that in that matchup, right? Like, there's no way they give me 7 cards and say like, oh, that's fine if they don't have Mind Twist somewhere as an option.
I mean, I guess they, even without the Mind Twist option, they must think that they have some way to X for 1 afterward. And they had Damnation too. So they're thinking, okay, well, if they slam a bunch of creatures, I'll Damnation.
If they don't.
If they don't, I do have the Twister. And since they have it both ways, then it feels like absolutely painless to Wheel of Fortune.
They also had a lot of, like, just good ways to 1-for-1 if they wanted as
even
well.
Without that, I would absolutely defend Wheel of Fortune in most save deck because I love playing Storm and paying 3 mana to draw 7 cards.
All right. Well, that's it. That's what we got for tonight, and that was good. We made it all the way to the end.
That was a really good run.
I look forward to doing a few. This is around for like the next couple weeks, so I'm sure I'll do a couple more of these, maybe with some different decks that we draft. Who knows? But that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Kaz, for jumping on here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Signets into Wildfire. Also, let's not discount that one. That's how they took game 1 from us, right?
True. All right. Well, thank you all for joining. If you want to catch when more things are going on, you can always follow and find out when we start things up. You can subscribe for Cool Skulls, as I see. Thank you very much for that, Histotron, today. And, thank you all for joining, and have a good night, everybody.